Well, as you know, roads are a big portion of our budget in the city. We have about 2,700 kilometers of roads in our huge city of Kawartha Lakes. That's about halfway to, that's about all the way to driving all the way to Florida and halfway back. So it is a substantial infrastructure that we have to maintain. We spend a lot of money on roads, a big portion of our budget, as I explained earlier, and they're a challenge. And it's no big secret that we're struggling with our roads right now. We're struggling to get ahead of them. That life cycle is shortening on a lot of our roads because of the climate change and the warming up of our winters. The freeze-thaw cycle is putting pressures on us. So, we're working hard with our staff and our engineering department to figure out how do we spend more on our roads, how do we do a better job on our roads, how do we get back ahead of that cycle so that our residents are not driving through potholes all the time. Out of our total budget, it's not that we're spending less on roads as we're struggling to get ahead of them. We spend about $32 million a year on our roads, and where we're struggling is where do we find that balance that we're trying to find right now. How much more should we be spending on our roads? How do we get ahead of these roads? What do we want, out of our total budget? What areas do we take it from, or where do we put it to? Where does it come from? And how do we get ahead of it is a bit of a challenge, and that's where we're just trying to find that balance as a council right now. One of the challenges with our roads is we have a lot of different surfaces. Out of the 2,700 kilometers, we have about 1/3 is gravel, about 1/3 is the chip and tar, and 1/3 is the asphalt mix. So there's different levels of service for each road, depending on the traffic. One of the big challenges is, as we go about our different city, is residents want their road fixed. And, they're not as concerned about all the other roads in the city, but as a municipality, we are. There's a level of service we want to be able to maintain on all our roads, and to get them all up to a certain level of service, it's going to cost a lot of money to do that. And where we're trying to figure out right now is where does that money come from? Where do we take it from another level of service, or do we increase taxes to do it? But it's not just about a local road in front of your house, it's about raising that level of service on all our roads so we can do that for all our residents.